One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996.
Yeah, great question. One that's complicated, and this is how I will answer it for you. We are the NCAA. The NCAA is made up of member institutions. A Rooney Rule would be great in theory and has done a great job in the NFL. No question, kudos to Rooney family, the NFL, for enacting such a thing to increase racial, ethnic diversity. But I don't think as it sits, purest form, the Rooney Rule would work or help within intercollegiate athletics because of a couple of things. One is that we've got affirmative action laws, and we have HR issues associated with hiring practice. And they differ from state to state to state, as well as institution based on public and private. Based on the research that I've been involved with, it's clear that the real issue is having teeth to NCAA rules that would enhance the pool of applicants. So therefore, what I mean by that is to make sure that the institutions, by reflective of the number of student athletes that are gender, ethnic, racial, would ensure the fact by membership in the NCAA that there was a hiring practice and a procedure that gives accountability to the institution to make sure that in hiring that there was a diverse pool of applicants. Now, the other side of that is the education side. NCAA does a lot of great work with trying to prepare, but it's up to the institution to take those individuals in that pool and actually pull the trigger for hiring. So the Rooney, just to answer the question to you, the Rooney Rule, which basically says you must have X, you must have a specific number, would be very challenging. And I never want to be able to put a situation where we put a rule into place and all we did is spend all this time on trying to get around it or circumvent the procedure. So the better way to do is to create accountability measures that insist that institutions have a diverse pool of applicants that are prepared and a part of the certification process of the NCAA. So I would say taking a look at a pool of applicants and understanding that we have a certain number of student athletes who are racial, ethnic, gender, and saying to the institution that what are you doing specifically to increase hiring? Now, we never define hiring in coaching or athletic administration, but I'll just say across the board, just for argument's sake. I would say that the institution would put that plan together and say, okay, here are some measurable goals, because people in higher ed, we don't like measurable goals. That makes us nervous, right? We live in the gray. I think that right now the NCAA, if given the teeth to hold the institution accountable, would say, here is a plan over a period of years. This is what we would like to see based on your numbers of students and staff, and then hold folks accountable. And then the better way of that is to really celebrate those institutions that have reached those goals by maybe it's compensation, maybe increased resources, maybe other types of merit-based things that would enhance and support and give institutions a certain amount of overall motivation to do that, to do good things in the area of diversity and inclusion. But I think it's really difficult to mandate anyone from an NCAA institution to say that they have to have X amount of people in the pool, or something's going to happen, or you have failed, or there's some punitive component associated.
And that's today's One Question, brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996. One Question is designed to give D1 Ticker subscribers valuable insights on how executive leaders in college athletics think about key issues on their respective campuses, in their departments, or within their leagues and conferences. One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996.